I'm starting to think Bingo looks so much like Bosco that that's what I should have called him. But I think I'll save that name for his firstborn son. It'll continue the bee theme. I really don't like the bee theme, actually. I want to get away from it, but I don't know, they're just the names that suit. Oh, that's such a nice garage. I'm so proud of building that. Yeah. Oh, I know what it needs. An expensive painting. Oh, this is just one of grilled cheese or something. Something really classy. Sorcerer's Fiends. Oh, that kind of one. Yeah. Oh, it's maybe a bigger one. It's a bit small. There we go. Just a couple of fancy paintings for the car. I actually can't drive myself. I live in town, so there's never any need for me to learn. I'm just like in walking distance of everywhere. It would actually take me longer to drive places because of the traffic, and I'd have to queue up to get out of the car park and everything. So I just don't bother. Do I have to feed the snake? I do. I have to fill its food. So like Antor plays piano now. And he wants to sing. This is his search for a soul. He's doing all these human things that robots supposedly can't do very well. Yeah. Robots can't sing very well. I mean, because they'd all probably be auto-tuned, and that sounds pretty awful. It just, well, I suppose in technical terms it sounds in tune. That's what auto-tune does. But it does sound very, very robotic. I sometimes wonder if auto-tune is actually a thing. Maybe it's just a big lie to cover up the fact that all the pop stars have been replaced with robots. Fairly ineffective ones. I mean, what happened? Like, 1980s pop music is so cool and cheesy and fun, and today we've just got bloody Rihanna all over the place. I mean, she's terrible. She just, like, it's the same song over and over again. And she's not even an impressive singer or anything. I mean, if anyone should be getting the credit, it's her keyboard player. Because he's probably some guy. Actually, he's probably not even a keyboard player. He's probably some guy who downloaded a MIDI file off the internet and just hits play. I mean, I'm not generally a music snob, but I really don't like her. I realise saying that is probably well, if I have enough subscribers by the time I'm posting up this video. I kind of hope I would, but maybe not. Then it'll start an argument in the comments. It'll first start out as an argument over the quality of Rihanna's music, and then it'll evolve into, you know, the quality of music in general, how I'm being nostalgic for music from a different age, and, you know, it wasn't that great at the time. And then eventually it'll turn into a big argument over whether God exists or not, because that's what happens in YouTube video comments. And because of Godwin's law, it'll always end with someone accusing someone else of being a Nazi. That's pretty much Internet 101 there. If this is your first day on the internet, that's how things work around here. Just thought I'd explain it. So don't be surprised when you see it happen. It's just how things have a tendency to turn out. It's just a symptom of everyone being anonymous. There's like no consequence for their actions, so they kind of get away with whatever they can. I mean, I try to be polite on the internet. Try to treat people like I would if I saw them face to face. I mean, I treat my Sims like subhuman animals. But real people, no, I'm nice to real people. I've never once gone into a real person's house and smashed their toilet by spinning my arms like a helicopter, for example. That's purely a Sims thing for me to do. I've also never, you know, waited until a teenager hits adulthood and then thrown them out of a house. Well, I haven't done that yet. Who knows what could happen? Maybe someday I will. I just feel like, morning, Connor Jr. It's your 18th birthday. Oh, hi, Dad. Do I have a present? No, get out of my house. It's like, ah, Dad, you're so funny. I'm not joking. That's the noise of a shotgun. I don't know where I'd get one. Like, they're illegal here. Without a, like, license. I think only farmers and hunters and stuff get them. Maybe I'll be a farmer when I'm older. That can be my new lifelong goal. I think I'd be a terrible farmer, though. I just wouldn't have the patience for it at all. I like a nice, regular job where I can come in at 9 and clock out at 5. Or even better, come in at 8 and clock out at 4. Best case scenario for me, actually. I'm a really early riser. Would be to clock in at around 7 and come home at 3. Or 6 to 2, I don't know. Let's go crazy here. If I worked next door to where I live, that would make that one extra nice. Like, oh, 5 to 6, time to get up, step into work. Can you imagine being home at 2 o'clock every day? It would be so cool. You could live like a 10-year-old again. I would just come in and like stick on cartoons for the afternoon, watch Countdown. I could play with my action figures. Like, rah! That's an action figure of a dinosaur. That's the noise I would make when playing with it. And that's the action figure of a zombie and the noise I would make while playing with it. They're kind of similar, but it's important that you don't mix the two up, because they have very different weaknesses. And if you hear one of them approaching and then you prepare yourself to fight the other, you're going to have a bad time. It's not going to work out. You're probably going to get killed. You're going to get eaten, actually, either way. The difference is, if you're eaten by a zombie, you become a zombie yourself. Like, they'll stop a bit of the way in. They never finish their meals. They have no manners. But if you're eaten by a dinosaur, they'll probably finish you. Unless they're a plant eater. Although if you're a plant, then that might happen. You're still in danger. In fairness, I don't know of plant people existing outside of The Sims. I don't know, maybe by the time this is online, plants will have evolved the intelligence to play The Sims or watch YouTube videos about The Sims. But I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I mean, I think it's unlikely. There's only like, maybe like a 35% chance of that happening by the time this is online. If it has happened, I called it. Just remember that. Patent pending, by the way. Just saying. It was my idea. Those plant bastards owe me money. I'd love to actually, if I had a time machine, go back in time and patent something you know, that's really big now but wasn't, like patent the internet, and then just come back to this time and just pull out that patent and just be like, hey, I'm owed money for this. That's how patents work with in my understanding. I'm not really sure. I know copyrights are weird. Like, they differ from country to country. But I think well, here in Ireland, you just have copyright over something, you just have to be able to prove that it was your own idea. But I think in America, you have to actually put the copyright symbol on it. You need a copyright notice. Which is weird, because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem very just. But I remember hearing somewhere before that the film Night of the Living Dead is in the public domain because when they were editing it they accidentally cut out the copyright notice and never put it back in. So anyone who wants to screen it to however many people they want, they don't need any of this expressed written consent stuff. They can just literally stick it on. I'm surprised it's not in cinemas more, actually, because they wouldn't have to pay for it. They could just torrent a copy. And there'd be nothing illegal about it. That's pretty amazing, actually. You can also watch it for free on YouTube, because I know they have a load of public domain movies on YouTube. It was some YouTube movies thing they launched a couple of years ago, and I was really big into it when it first started, and then I kind of forgot it existed until this very second. But they put up loads of public domain films, and like full length, and you could just watch them for free. I remember I used to, well, for about the week when it came out, I used to log on and just pick one and watch it. I liked horror films. Horror is kind of my favourite genre. So there was one of them I saw that looked... He wants to divorce Bangela. No, you love Bangela. The wife, not the ointment. He probably loves the ointment as well. But what was I saying about the film? Yeah, I used to like download them a different one each night to watch. Now a lot of them are a bit dodgy or old or weird, although there was one I absolutely loved called I think it was called So You Downloaded a Demon or something, or Download a Demon. I don't know, just Google Download a Demon and you'll probably find it. It was very funny, very low budget sort of comedy horror. But it was about some guys, and they didn't read the terms of service of a website, but it basically said that if they enter it, they'll get possessed by a demon. And they did. And, you know, the expected hilarity ensued. Oh, the daily grind. Of course, speaking of watching things, I'm still watching The Tribe. I think I've caught up with as far as I watched when it was on TV. Because I think when I was on TV, I watched about like 8 or 10 episodes, then went on holidays for 2 weeks, and then when I came back, I couldn't follow it anymore. I'd kind of lost my place. I watched 1 or 2, but then gave up. But, yeah, I've managed to get further than I did before, and it's really good. Like, I actually really enjoy it. I was expecting it to be more childish and low quality, but it's a really good sort of drama series. A little over the top, and the accents still annoy me a bit, but it's alright. And my opinions of characters just flip-flop all over the place. Like, it's actually got fairly complex character development for a show aimed at kids. Like, oh, what's her name? Trudy, for example, the character I mentioned on here before, who I absolutely hated early on in the series. Because of her fake accent that was really grating, and her just general personality. And she's turned out to be an okay character, and her accent has been toned down a little to make it more natural and stuff. And she's actually quite a good character. So that's cool. And Then there's Lex, who's like the big asshole character, but he's hilarious, so he's brilliant. And Bray, who still doesn't leave notes. Frustrating tendency to run off. He's actually really bugging me at this stage. Like, he's not in a way that I wish the character wasn't in it, in just a very good way. You know, where there's a character and you just personality-wise don't like them. And then, okay, the only character I kind of wish wasn't in it at this stage is Celine. And none of you will know who this is if you haven't been watching the show, obviously. This section of audio, just edit it. You could just edit it out of your brains, because I could be talking nonsense. I could just be making this up. I'm not. This TV show is real. But, or is it? If you go to, like, say, websites where you can view television programs online, which I've heard exist. I've never been to them ever before, because that would be illegal and stuff. But if you go to certain ones of them, then apparently they don't have this TV show on it, and it's just very hard to find anywhere. But the website for it is still up and running, and there's clips on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, the character Celine really annoys me, because she has kind of taken the crown now of having the worst American accent out of all of them. It's like, why does she have an American accent? Why do a lot of the other characters just have their natural New Zealand accents, which are actually really nice accents? It's a nice accent. It's like easy on the ear, and it's got funny little pronunciation things, like scrambled eggs is what they call scrambled eggs, like scrimbled Iggs. I love saying that. Scrimbled eggs. I think Bingo should have that accent. What do you have for breakfast, Bingo? Scrambled eggs and bacon. Oh. It's just like, it's brilliant. It's kind of easy as well. You just kind of take the letter A and replace it with I, and the letter E and replace it with I. You just kind of take all the vowels and replace them with I. Scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs and bacon. Oh no, that sounded a bit... That sort of slipped away from it there. I actually went full circle back into a jokey Irish accent. Scrambled eggs and bacon. No, it's not bacon. Bacon. Oh. It's bacon. Maybe it doesn't work for bacon. I nearly naturally pronounced it bacon there. Oh, that sounded right. I don't know, if you're listening and you're from New Zealand, then rate my accent. Or don't. You might hurt my feelings. But I've probably hurt yours much worse with my attempts at it. But yeah, just saying, yeah, so The Tribe is a very good TV show, and you should all go and, like, download it. Or, not download, sorry. You should all go and download it from, I don't know, it might be on Netflix, I'm not sure. I've never actually been on Netflix. I was tempted to sign up for the free trial, but I heard if you don't cancel it, then you get charged. You know, if you get charged for your next month if you forget to cancel. So I didn't. Because I'd never remember to cancel it. But yeah, look for the DVDs of it somewhere. It's a really good TV show. Why are all the TV shows I watch from the Southern Hemisphere? Actually, from the same continent in the Southern Hemisphere. Because let's be honest, I'm not watching any TV shows from Peru. Maybe I was just born on the wrong side of the world.